What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back with another review. This is my review for The Real Housewives of Miami. This is season 6, episode 5. And I'm laying down because I'm tired. I just got done with Beverly Hills, and at this point, it's very close to me taking a nap. But I also got work to do, so here we are. So the episode opens up at Marisol's house, and Kiki comes over. They're both battered and bruised from the charity basketball game the day before. Kiki walks in with a dang on walker because her ankle is all beat up. And now she's apologizing for the grief that she gave Adriana last year with saying that her ankle was broken, how everybody didn't believe her. So Marisol got her arm in a sling because she fell and hit her elbow and her hip. So they both just down bad. And then they start talking about, the charity event and how Adriana started with them on the Sprinter van and how she had flatulence. So, Kiki, the Haitian queen, she has a bit of a language barrier. So she's saying fraudulent and Marisol is saying flatulence. So she had to give her a little English lesson. There's fraudulent, means criminal activity. And then you have flatulence, which means passing gas. So Kiki gave us a little bit of, do they speak patois? No, not patois. Creole? French. Yeah, they speak French in Haiti. So, she gave us a little rundown of what they call it down in Haiti. But she said that us Americans, we make things a little too complicated with the big words. And Marisol don't like to use the word fart. So, yeah, she's confused in the situation. So then Kiki was like, are you okay with everybody? And Marisol was like, yeah, I'm good with everybody except for Adriana. And I'm good with Nicole. And Kiki's like, okay, well, Nicole was actually the first person that called me today at 7 a.m. Everybody is calling in to check on me with the exception of Larsa. You already know that Larsa and Kiki, they were really close. But she said now that Larsa got a man, she ain't really got her friends to do. And Kiki feels like she's really losing her best friend. And it's like, okay, well, what happens if you and Marcus are no longer together? Then what? She gonna be calling on her friends. So, girl, you just gonna have to understand that Larsa is out for Larsa. That's it. She ain't looking out or trying to be there for nobody else. You'll quickly learn that, but you're learning already. Dr. Nicole, Anthony, Alexia, and Todd, they go on a double date to make pizza. Ooh, and that pizza looks so good. But, Anthony touches on Todd's apology and how he got delivered chocolate and flowers because, that was a part of the argument that they had last season. So, as humor, to add some humor to the apology, Todd put the chocolate and the flowers in the mail, and he also included it in the video. So Anthony didn't know anything about it. He really didn't get the joke until Dr. Nicole showed him the video. And he was like, yeah, I was a little lost, trying to figure out where it was going because the video was so damn long. It was like 7 minutes. And I know that Todd is very uncomfortable and he's cringing at the thought of him making that video and making notes. It never was that deep enough to the point where you're making notes and making a damn near 10-minute video apologizing to a man. I mean, it don't matter if it was a woman either, but I'm just saying to anybody, like, goodness gracious. So then they touch on Alexia and where she stands with Adriana and how Julia's event is at Adriana's house. Alexia doesn't really feel comfortable going over there after the conversation that they had on the Sprinter van. So, that's just awkward. But then they touch on Todd and how he wasn't at the party yet again. So then Alexia admits that she did bring up how basically Todd didn't want her at their event. And she was like, well, I don't want it to make it seem like it was only Adriana being the issue, when in fact it was a mix of things. So now Todd is saying it wasn't Adriana, it was the group as a whole and how they don't have good energy. Listen, the excuse changes by the episode. Todd, you're full of shit. We already know Alexia be full of shit. Adriana has her different version of the story, and Lisa co-signed it, and I believe them. Y'all clearly have issues in y'all's relationship. I feel like y'all just better off being low-key about it because the more y'all talk about it, the more y'all showcase it, and the more it's starting to come off. So just stop talking about it, honestly, because I'm tired of it. And Todd, is, again, not showing up to Adriana's event for obvious reasons. But it's like, why do you keep avoiding the situation when you told her that you didn't have an issue with her? I feel like he's avoiding it because he doesn't want Adriana to blast him about what they really talked about. Well, shoot, yeah, she did tell Alexia that that's what they were talking about. But you know what's different when your back is against the wall and you got people telling your truth? You just never know how he gonna react to that. He gonna lie some more. Snooze. Every time Larsa and Marcus come on my TV, baby, I get distracted. I get to scrolling on Instagram and doing everything else. They are doing their podcast, and it's called Separation Anxiety. Y'all get out my face. Get out my face. Then she talking about, yeah, I'm sure the relationship is awkward for Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. You think? It should be awkward for y'all, regardless if y'all knew each other back then or not. The hell? And yes, you're not welcome for Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter and everything else. You're not convincing me. You don't want to talk about Michael Jordan, because he ain't having it. Okay? That's why you can't talk about him. Hell, he gonna send you a goddamn cease and desist. Adriana and Julia are on their way to Adriana's appointment. So she's trying psychedelic stuff to help her with her trauma and things of that sort. So on the way there, they're having a conversation about inviting Marisol to Julia's event, which is hosted at Adriana's house. So Adriana was like, go ahead, just give her a call. Julia calls her and invites her to the event. I don't know why I thought that they were going to uninvite her. That's the way they had it set up. But yeah, she was inviting her there. And Marisol's like, oh my gosh, okay, yes, I'm so shocked that you called me. And Adriana's like mouthing to her, like, tell her it's at my house. So Julia was like, yes, actually being hosted at Adriana's house. Baby. Marisol hit Julia with the, I can't, I'm sick, mean girl style. This bitch said that she had a medical procedure that she has to have done and she needs to lay down afterwards. Girl, you just made that up on the fly. Baby, Marisol don't want no parts. You know, I usually do not like Marisol, but I thought that was hilarious. So after they get off the phone, Julia's like, you know, it is what it is. She gonna give Marisol the benefit of the doubt. And Adriana is pissed because she feel like basically Julia is drinking Marisol's Kool-Aid. And she was like, you know, she's full of it. She knows that she can come to my house. I went to Alexia's house and Julia was like, yeah, but you also had a conversation with her. And Adriana's dramatic ass is going to say, well, I mean, are you defending her or are you coming to accompany me to an appointment that I have to, some trauma that I have to attend to because of Marisol? So now Marisol is responsible for all the trauma that you've been through? Girl, stop. This is just another way of showing that Adriana really does not want to make up with Alexia and Marisol. At this point, she's fixated on starting stuff with them or arguments with them. She's operating in a toxic behavior and yet saying that she wants to be their friends. It doesn't work like that. You can't have it both ways. Either you're going to dislike them or you're going to get along with them. Pick a side. But she really trying to be on some like frenemy shit, and it's not working in her benefit because they really can go without Adriana. It's her who wants to have the friendship again. But I do feel like it's gonna come to a point where Adriana is going to try to make Julia pick a side between her and Alexia and Marisol. But Julia is at the point where she's just trying to, you know, enjoy everybody's company, especially with Martina overcoming 2 cancers at one time. You know, she's not sweating the small stuff, whereas Adriana is clinging on to her friend and she's gonna hate the fact that she's getting close to them. I see it. Wow. So Adriana goes to the appointment. You know, it's like they said it's a psychedelic. So they put headphones on her and put a eye mask over her eyes, and you know, she's feeling light and airy at first, and then she comes across her brother. Now, she said in her confessional that she has gone through a lot the last couple years. She lost her father, she lost her brother, she got divorced, and she became an empty nester. So, you know, she is lonely. And I did feel for Adriana last season when she was saying those things, because I believe her. It very much so shows. And, you know, she's feeling light and floating and all of this early on. And then she sees an image of her brother. And when she said that she should have gone first, that was hard to hear. It's very hard to hear. And, you know, she misses him. And then she came across her dad, and she just started screaming. She started screaming. She had never got to say bye to her dad before he passed. You know, Julia's by her side, and she's crying too. That was a very intense scene. That was very sad. And I really hope that Adriana is getting some therapy. You know, because she does need it. She is going through loss in different capacities, you know, death, loss of love, you know, her son left the nest, you know. So she's definitely going through changes. And if you're not okay with who you are, being by yourself and being in that silence can be very loud. So I just hope that Adriana is doing what's best for her and making the necessary steps to improve herself. So I guess we get to see a little bit of what Formula One looks like. I don't know why I thought Formula One was like a club or something, but I guess it's something in regards to yachts, boat racing or something like that. Kiki was explaining, or no, it was Lisa who was explaining that. So it's Lisa and Jody, her boyfriend, they meet up with Kiki on this yacht, and then Larsa and Marcus, they come joining in too. This is ruining the moment for Kiki. She thought this was gonna be a girls thing. You got her friends and their boyfriends there. It's a whole couples thing. And she told Marcus straight up, listen, I miss my friend, but I don't think that it's necessarily him. I think that it's Larsa. You know who to address. Larsa is such a bird. She talking about, I'm at the point where I don't want to hang around my friends. I've been hanging around them for 5 years. So if Kiki wants to hang out, then she needs to find a boyfriend. Girl, fuck you. This separation anxiety that you trying to claim that you have when it comes down to Marcus is tired, it's through, and nobody is buying it. It's very forced. You can go out and not be with this man. He don't even live in town, so y'all do have time to be alone. These are the times where you can really hang out with your friends. And even if he is in town, so the damn what? You can still hang with your friends. But keep that same energy when y'all don't work out. Don't come crawling back to Kiki. So Lisa is telling the girls that she went and hung out with Adriana and Gertie the day before. And she said that Gertie went off on her because she said that she heard that she's sick and she wanted to be there for her. So then we get the flashback of the scene, and Lisa is trying to basically cover Larsa's ass, and it's like, yeah, I heard that you're not feeling well, that you're sick, and I want to be there for you as a friend. And Gertie was like, well, if you ain't gonna tell me the whole details, then girl, there ain't nothing to talk about. For some reason, Lisa is trying to save Larsa's ass, but it's like, what are you trying to protect her for? Because she went out and told Gertie's business when she wasn't supposed to. She knew she wasn't supposed to do it, yet she still did. So I don't understand why you're trying to keep that confidential on who said what. And just like Gertie said, I know it was Larsa, because the other people that I told, I know that they were going to keep quiet. Larsa, that was a test and it failed. So as Lisa's telling Larsa this bitch had the nerve to question whether or not Gertie was really sick, saying that she shouldn't be screaming and carrying on the way that she is, and she's drinking and all of that. You're not supposed to drink when you got cancer. Who tests somebody when they have cancer? I hope that day never comes for you, Larsa. You better hope, the way that you treat people, you better hope and pray that that does not come back to bite you in your fake ass. She is very nasty, a very disgusting person, and she thinks that what she's saying sounds okay. And I hope that Kiki wasn't nodding her head in agreement, because that's fucked up too. So we see Adriana, she's at home preparing for the F Cancer event, and she's showing Julia, the setup and everything on the phone. She said that, the aftermath of doing the psychedelic is, a little headache, but in order to actually see benefits from it, you have to take 6 sessions. So I think she said she has 4 more, if I'm not mistaken. So then we see Gertie, and she's getting prepared for the event. And she's getting flowers delivered to her house because I guess this is the day where she announces it online that she has cancer. And, you know, she's upset because of Larsa. She called Larsa TMZ. And her thing is, why do you feel the need to have to gossip about my situation, the situation that I told you, you know, in confidence? What if my family didn't know? What if my children found out? You know, what if they didn't know and they found this out and it got leaked to the press because of your big fake lips? You know, and just even the fact that when they left the sit down that they had together, the first thing she said on their way out was, what if I tell TMZ? That's nothing to joke about. Like, why do you think that that's comical? And then the thing is, you might as well have went to TMZ with the way that you was sitting there telling her business to everybody. Just a fucking clown. So Gertie arrives, and, you know, she has on this icy blue dress. And I don't hate it, but I don't know. I would have liked to see her in something else. But, you know, she looks good regardless of whatever. Her husband show up, and then Alexia shows up. And yes, this is the day that she announced that she has cancer to social media. So Alexia gets there, and she was like, honestly, you know, I already knew. And it was from Larsa, of course. And Gertie is mad because, yes, here it is yet again. Larsa telling her business, and it wasn't her story to tell. So Dr. Nicole gets there, and yes, they already know that Larsa had been going around telling the ladies about it. But Gertie's thing was, okay, you're telling people this. What if there were bartenders listening and, you know, just staff around that were listening to these things? So Dr. Nicole said that Larsa called her earlier that week and was like, hey, you're friends with Gertie. Is this cancer thing real? Because Lisa told me that she was testing me. Like, who does that? And Alexia is trying to give Larsa the benefit of the doubt, asking, you know, maybe she was just genuinely concerned. And I was with Gertie. No, she's not concerned, because you tried to act as if you really care in the moment, but then you went around and told everybody, and now you're calling Dr. Nicole questioning whether or not her cancer is real. Oh, she's testing me, so it can't be real. Do you really think that high of yourself to where somebody would lie about an illness that can kill you and put you to the test to see if you was going to tell somebody? So you think Gertie is going to go out her way to lie about having cancer just to see if you was going to keep your mouth shut? Well, if that's the case, you failed regardless. And just like Dr. Nicole said, regardless if Gertie said keep this confidential or not, that is not her story to tell. She doesn't need that stamp of, hey, don't tell nobody, because as a grown woman, you should know to keep your damn mouth shut. Everybody is asking where Lisa is, and they're like, well, I don't know if she's going to come today because of the article that was put out. I don't remember seeing this, you know, at the time of it happening, but they said that Lenny lent Lisa his car, because remember, he took the car from her, so he let her borrow his, and now he's accusing her of planting a listening device and trying to get some type of information from him and his lawyer and the conversations that they have. So, you know, you got people like Dr. Nicole is like, I don't think she's capable of doing nothing like that. But then Kiki is like, listen, when a woman is scoring, you just never know what she's capable of doing. So, you know, as they're talking about this, Gertie is like, enough with the gossip. And by this time, the clown has arrived. And she's like, what are you talking about, Gertie? And Gertie's like, I'm not talking to you. The clown is Larsa, if y'all didn't know. So she was like, yeah, I'm not talking to you. And I said enough with the gossip. So Larsa's like, wait, what are you talking about? You know, she want to play dumb. Girl, you already know what we finna get into. Larsa gonna ask Gertie, why are you so angry? Know the difference between anger and you being dismissed, baby. And yes, I'm definitely picking up on some of the comments that Larsa makes in regards to Gertie. She's very much so trying to create that angry black woman narrative when it comes down to her. And you ain't slick. We peep. So the ladies get up to do a toast. And as she's getting up, Gertie is like, and my doctor's note does not say do not drink. And you got clown in her confessional talking about scream at me once or twice, but it's only gonna be, basically so much before you poke the bear and it wakes up. As if Gertie is supposed to be scared of you. As if you're not in the wrong for spreading her business. And that's what I can't stand. I can't stand a person who gets mad when they're in the wrong. She is pulling a Giselle right now. You want to have an attitude with everybody after you done started. Let's start at point one. Let's start at the beginning. Not in the middle, baby. You can't get mad because you've caused this annoyance. You've caused this upset from Gertie. And now you want to act all stupid and confused and try to gaslight her. Why are you so angry? Girl, fuck you. So they end up FaceTiming Lisa, asking if she was still coming. And she was like, the police just left her house. And that was the end of the episode. But y'all, I am so through with Larsa. She will forever have a clown emoji on my thumbnail because that's exactly what she is. She is a heartless, unaware clown. Like, I'm just trying to make it nice. But anyway, nice as I can. Anyway, let's get down in the comments to talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.